Swimming in shark-infested waters is a bad idea if there is blood in the water. It is an especially bad idea if it's your blood. What am I talking about? Check this out. Americans brace for the biggest unemployment rate jump since the pandemic as terrors loom. Fear of unemployment jump to highest levels since the pandemic. Unemployment fears jump in levels in New York. All these things are starting to come fruition. Fed, Powell, unemployment likely to go up as economy slows. So who's the shark and who's the bait, and what was I talking about at the beginning? Do you remember a year or so ago, people were making these videos? No, that wasn't a year ago, it's about 2-3 years ago. People were making these videos, these influencers say, come work with me at A Day in a Life at Twitter, at Facebook, at Meta, at all these tech companies. And they went to work, first thing that they got is, you got to get a latte. And then let's go to yoga. And after yoga, they said, let's go get a massage. And then they said, let's go do a meeting. After the meeting, they said, oh, it's time to take a power nap. And they went to these pods and they had all these things. Then they said, let's go get my laundry done. Come with me get my laundry done at Meta. Then they did the laundry, had another few meetings. And they said, let's go for dinner. And then they had dinner. And all of a sudden they said, we're done, we're out. And they went home. So I'm telling you, these days now are over. All these days where people went and had these crazy lifestyles and had these crazy, let's go get coffee at Meta and doing all these other things. These days are gone. Now companies know that, hey, the job market's tight. Managers, hiring managers know, hey, it is competitive. So what do? You're now swimming with sharks, because they now know that, hey, if we let you go tomorrow, you're not going to easily find another job. You're not going to have a good time in the job market today. So you're going to have to be on top of your game if you want to stick around and keep your job, because they're making cuts everywhere. You've seen it, and you've experienced friends of yours that have been cut, not because of performance, just because they can. Workforce reductions, get more corporate profits, and let's just cut them. Let's just cut these jobs. Let's move them overseas. Let's move them somewhere else. And it is done with the great resignations where people said, oh, I'm not going to work. I'm going to do coffee badging and I'm going to do all these other things. These days are gone. We're in days now where credit card, all-time high. Grocery prices are up. Rent is rising. Gas is so expensive as it's never been, right? Paychecks aren't moving up. They're going down. And the kicker is, you've got to do more for less. So it is absolutely not feasible. Here we go. Nearly 60% of Americans can't even cover $1,000 emergency fund. I've been telling you guys this for a long time. Check out my video I did yesterday. People are financing to go see Shakira or whoever performed at Coachella. I don't even know, because I'm spending $690 to go to Coachella. And credit card debt, record high, while savings are at records low. These are dangerous territory. And I've been saying this for a long time, that households are tapped out. And with all these A-firm companies that say, buy now, pay later, and you can get the nice car, you can get this, no payments, 90 days. I remember last time they had those no payments for 90 days, I think it was during 2008, 2009, where they said, come now, no payments for 90 days, and we'll do all these other things. And those are the signs that we're not doing good. Many households are on one missed paycheck away from a crisis. So yeah, one paycheck and you're gonna be rolling the dice, and it's gonna be hard to catch up. Yeah, even other headlines are warning biggest unemployment spike since the pandemic. The Fed is confirming that, hey, unemployment is gonna go up. So all these things always are like Debbie Downers, and people say, oh, this isn't good. What can you do though? If you're in that situation and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck and I need to get out, you gotta see, what can I do to move away? What can I do to proceed to get ahead in life? And I always say you got to back engineer your plan. So if you want to climb the corporate ladders, there's always a bull market somewhere. You just got to figure out what industry, what niche it is, and what skills are required. And yes, it might require you to move, and it might require you to hire somebody to give you an intro, or give you to say, hey, come be by my side and learn what I'm doing. And it might not be paid, right? You might not gonna get paid, but you learn the skills. And when I talk about, oh, you might just shadow somebody and learn a little bit, people get so mad at me and say, oh, you can't work with no pay or do something. It's like, you're not working to produce something. You're learning, you're gaining skills, you're doing that. And when I started off in my journey of doing air conditioning, doing all this stuff, there's two rules I follow. You either learn or then you go for pay, right? You gain skills or then you go for pay. And it's hard to go for both, where you're not that skilled, but you want to go for pay because it's going to be really easy for them to say, you know what, you're chopped. So think about going in of, hey, I'm gaining all these skills and I take a little pay cut, or I shadow somebody for a day or two. And it's going to be hard now because people aren't going to just shadow you, right? But if you're an intern trying to get internships and doing all this other stuff, shadow people, right? And then say, hey, I'm okay, I'll do a voluntary internship with no pay when you're out of college or you're in college trying to do that. I don't advise people to do that if they're in their full-blown career making six figures or $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 and they're like, let me do an internship. No, those days are gone. You need to get paid money. But it's hard. It's hard. I saw a recruiter post about job applications. There was like 1,600 job applications within 24 hours, and it was a 6-day work week. So figure this out, 6-day work week, you're working 72 hours, and they're saying it was like 9 to 9 or something crazy like that. And it is absolutely nuts. So they got 1,600 applications in the Bay Area, and you can probably find it if you Google it. And people are willing to take it because they need the money. And so companies know that there's blood in the water. So what do? They're going to say, we're going to offer less competitive salaries. We're going to offer less perks. Why? Because they can and still attract top talent. So this is where you need to make your case, network, leverage your skills, leverage everything you can, your connections. But here's the big but. You have to been able to foster that network. You have to be able to grow it and take care of it, because you can't just go out and ask people for random favors that you've never met or that you've never done anything with. You just connect with them on LinkedIn and say, hey, can you give me this? People are like, no, why would I do that? It's the same thing when you own a shop and somebody says, let me come work at your shop after hours. You're gonna be like, no, we haven't spoken in years. It's like this high school buddy that needs something, and it's like, hey, can I come stay at your place? It's like, no, we haven't spoken in years, and now you want something free? No, get out. And this is where you don't even respond to messages, right? It's like, no, you gotta provide value. You gotta do things the right way. Hey, let me take you out. Let me buy you dinner. Let me do something for value for you. So then when it does come time to ask for a favor, you're gonna say, yeah, I can do that. But if you're not gonna go down that route and just shoot out random messages, it's not gonna happen. And that's why some people on LinkedIn are posting, oh my gosh, I sent 10,000 applications out over the last year and I got one interview. You probably should change that strategy, right? It shouldn't take you 10,000 applications to know, hey, this isn't working. Maybe you should do that for a month or so, and then it says, it's not working. Let me switch up my tactic. But people are so unaware, and when you point it out to them, they're rude to you, right? It's not that this happened to me, but I see it on LinkedIn, and I see it on Reddit, and I see it everywhere else where then it comes say, this isn't right, or this isn't how it should go, and all this other stuff. It's like these people on YouTube comment section, right? They say, oh, this will never happen. Then it does happen, and it's like, oh man, that didn't age very well, did it? And that's why I say opinions are just one in many. But what I can tell you is that you are your driver of your own destiny, and you can change tomorrow. You can change whatever you've been doing tomorrow. And it's quite easy. You just do small increment changes. You become 1% better. I don't know where I read that, but I probably listened to a podcast and said, just become 1% better than you were yesterday. Try to do something slightly different and slightly better the next day. And when you apply that to the job market, to your finances, say, hey, over a certain amount of time, you're going to be 100% better, right? So let's say you want to lose weight. You don't have to change everything to tomorrow, right? You can just say, you know what? Instead of me eating this full ice cream, I'm just going to do half of it, or 90%, and I'm going to slowly wean myself down. You can do the cold-blown turkey, but most people just psychologically can't do that. Most people can't be like, hey, running job applications, say, I'm not going to change everything at once. I'm just going to slowly make it better every time, right? It's like going to the gym. You get better the more you do it. The less you do it, then you don't know anything, right? And you're like, oh, I got the gym membership, but I'm not going to do it. Use it. Show up and actually do the work. And the funny thing is the main difference is when you do these job applications, nobody in the right world is going to give you feedback that's in the space, because they don't want to offend you. They don't want to tell you the truth. They don't want to hurt your feelings, because now everybody's touchy-feely. And on top of that, people are so happy. So instead of you saying, oh my gosh, I didn't interview great, they're going to say, it's my skin color. You mistreated me. And then they'll find some righteous lawyers and going to sue them for hundreds of thousands for discrimination, rather than being like, hey, your interview answers weren't right. You gave really strange answers, and that made us deny you. You should work on that. People just don't want to lean out the window and say that to you because of lawsuits. That's why they say, oh, we took in a different approach. It's like, no, just cut it out with these lawyers where they say, oh, we're gonna give you some feedback and take for it what it's worth. And instead of you doing better, they're just gonna say, you know what? Now we just decided to go into a different direction. But most of the time, it's something that you've said or they didn't like. And only a few times, not always, is it just a personality match where, hey, this person their skills are gonna fit in way better to the team than you would. And so that's why I wouldn't decide to go with you. Sometimes it's just nobody's honest anymore. Nobody will tell you, hey, you didn't make it because of this, because they do not want to get sued. And if you were in their shoes, you'd also wouldn't want to get sued. So you just say, we decided to go into a different route. And yeah, I'm telling you, we're in a world of hurt right now where everybody is living off of credit, leveraging it, and it costs a lot now to actually have credit or utilize credit. And when I see these people talking about tax season, and we're like, oh, these car dealers, we're not doing great during tax season. It's like, yeah, you guys robbed the profits of everybody. And, you took your bonuses and your car sales out from years in advance. And so it's just a crazy time we're living in. People want it now, right now, today, and not tomorrow. Waiting 2 days for something now, it's like people get upset about it. And if you need to deliver, you need to deliver today. It's like when people do interviews. I want a job yesterday. It's like, man, you've been unemployed for 8 months. What have you been doing? Well, I've been sending out applications. And how many interviews you got? 0. So how do you want a job tomorrow? What have you changed over the course of the time? Oh, employers just don't like me. No, that's not the case. Your application was probably just not right. Or you did something else not good. And yeah, so just 1% better every day. If you take something away from this video, just try to do 1% better every day. That's how I try to do it. When I have bad days, I try to be 1% better every day. And yeah, this was it for this video. Gosh, it's gorgeous in Las Vegas. Tomorrow, heading out to Miami and seeing Ali's sister, hanging out for a few days. I'll make some videos in Miami so you get to see something else than the desert. Hopefully don't get eaten up by mosquitoes. But yeah, gonna head out, gonna see how that is. And I love you guys. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. If you have some thoughtful comments on all this so other people can actually read it and learn from it, let me know, and yeah, I'll try to respond to most of them. So if you're watch this channel all the time, make sure you respond when I upload and watch it, and then how you get a response from me, most likely, right? So I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.